Welcome to Education Today. I'm Hunter Flick of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. Here at Education Today, we try to bring in various organizations and groups which help support our community so that they can explain what programs they offer and what they do. This helps spread information around about these organizations that many people likely are not aware of. Tonight we want to highlight an educational entity of which the Armstrong School District is a part of. The ARIN Intermediate Unit 28 is an educationally grounded facility which provides programs for all ages of students from primary school to adult learners. Tonight we have a few with us to talk about a few aspects of the intermediate unit. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please take a minute to introduce yourselves for our viewers at home?
Okay, I'm Mackenzie Moore. I am an adult education instructor with ARIN. I've been there for about 1.5 years, and I teach in both Armstrong and Indiana counties.
All right.
I'm Lauren Fichek. I'm also an adult education instructor and a student support coordinator, and I've been teaching GED and ESL classes for the last 6 years.
All right. What does ARIN stand for, and where is the IU-28 located?
So ARIN actually stands for Armstrong, Indiana Intermediate Unit 28, and we're located at 2895 West Pike Road in Indiana. Our classes are actually located, though, at the Indiana County Career Link and Armstrong County Career Link.
All right. So what is an intermediate unit?
An intermediate unit is an educational agency that provides curriculum development and educational improvement, as well as various programs to different school districts. ARIN actually provides services to 11 school districts and 2 technical schools.
All right. So we know the IU offers many programs. What programs are you going to be talking with us about tonight?
So I'm going to be talking about the adult education program and what we have to offer for Armstrong County and also Indiana County.
All right. What types of classes are available and when are they offered?
All right, so we've got GED classes that are available for, we've got GED classes and adult basic education classes. So if somebody already has their GED, they're welcome to join in the class as well, kind of increase their math and reading skills.
Yeah.
There are 2 locations available in Armstrong County at the Armstrong Career Link and the Armstrong Center for Community Learning. And then in Indiana, there are classes available in the Indiana County Career Link.
All right. How do students go about joining these classes?
So if a student is interested in joining the class, they'll go to our website, which is www.iu28.org, and they will register for new student orientations. So we have to give new student orientations in both counties. It's about once a month in Indiana County, twice a month in Armstrong County, and then they just fill out that form.
Okay. So what if a student has already began taking their GED?
So if a student has already started, back in 2014, the test changed. So if they had taken it prior to that, the scores are no longer valid, so they would have to start over again. But if they have started after that, 2014, then we are able to kind of carry those scores, and they don't have to worry about taking those tests over if they've already passed. And they can continue in our classes till they build up the skills and ready to take it again.
So where would they be located?
So our classes are located, again, at the Armstrong and Indiana County Career Link. Those are our main locations. But the testing center is actually in Armstrong County, the Armstrong Center for Community Learning. That is where the GED test is given, as well as the HISET test, which is another test available.
All right. So could a student attend multiple locations?
Yes, for sure. We actually encourage it. The more a student comes into work, the better. We have classes, again, in both counties, but as well as multiple programs, as well as distance learning and supplemental distance learning. So if they want to attend more than one class, we have classes certain days a week, but the more you come, the faster you can get it done.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will talk more about a specific program through the ARIN IU-28 with Mackenzie Moore and Lauren Fichek. Stick around.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star, and who can change the world of a 5th grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We're all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
And we're back with Education Today. Tonight's topic is the ARIN Intermediate Unit 28, located in Indiana, Pennsylvania. We're speaking with Mackenzie Moore and Lauren Fiechik. So we were talking about classes that are available for enrollment. Are there any other options for students who are unable to attend class?
There are actually a lot of options for our students. It depends on a lot of different reasons why someone couldn't attend, whether it was because of a job schedule or transportation. We always have a transportation issue with a lot of our students. But we have a distance learning project option that is available. You would still come into our classes initially and test through our orientation, but then from there we would sign you up for that distance learning piece, and then you could get those materials either through email or through the mail to help you study at home, if that's something that needs to happen.
So when are they held, the classes?
So our classes, again, are in Armstrong County. Mackenzie, why don't you take this?
In Armstrong County, the classes at the Career Link are held on Mondays and Wednesdays all day. There are 2 sessions, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. You don't necessarily, we recommend that you take both, but if there's only a certain time that you can attend, you would set that up during orientation. And then the ones at ACCL are held on Armstrong Center for Community Learning are held on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon.
All right.
In Indiana County, so it's a little bit different with our schedule. We have classes in the mornings, Monday through Thursday from 9 to 11:30. We also do English as a second language classes. So if there are people who want to increase their English skills, or English is not their first language and they want to better their conversation skills, we can attend those classes in Indiana County at the Career Link. And those classes are also 9 to 11:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's another option that we offer.
What are the testing options for your students?
So when a student is coming in and they've dropped out of high school or they've separated from high school, the options that they have are somewhat limited, but in Pennsylvania recently we now have two tests available. We have the GED test, which is on computer strictly, and it is given at Armstrong Center for Community Learning and also IUP. And then we also have the HISET test, which is the basically high school equivalency exam. And that is a little bit different because it's a paper-based test, but also in Armstrong County it's given on the computer. So those are the 2 different options that students have. One of the main differences with the tests themselves are the GED test is 4 sections where they combine reading and writing, whereas the HISET is a little bit like the old GED test, whereas reading and writing is separate. So they have 5 tests. The difference, another major difference would be the price. The GED is a little bit more expensive. HISET actually went up in price this year, so it's $115 to do the paper-based HISET test. Mackenzie, how much is the computer?
The computer is now $18.75 per test. So for over 5 tests,
that's a lot cheaper.
The paper-based one would be $23 per test.
Okay. So which one do students typically prefer to use?
Well, it depends on what the student is wanting to do. If they are wanting to go into a trade school or a college versus just going into employment, either test is accepted. It doesn't really matter. The GED test is definitely geared more towards post-secondary education. It's a tough test. The material is the same on either test. So it doesn't matter which one they take. You have to study the same stuff. It's just the GED, I guess, is more well known as opposed to the HISET. And I feel that the GED is more accepted across the United States and actually internationally, a little bit more than HISET. But in all actuality, our students have seen a lot more success with the HISET test. It's something that's newer and a little less stressful if they want to just take the paper test versus the computer. The computer's makes people a little more anxious.
Okay, yeah.
And then what she's saying about the 4 subjects versus the 5 subjects, the other ones are going to be math, science, and social studies.
Yeah. All right. So how would a student register to take their test?
So to register, and they don't obviously have to be in our classes to register. If someone is ready to go take the test and they feel that they're confident enough to do that, they can sign up on the website. It's ged.com or I believe hiset.org
or ets.hiset.org, I believe.
Yes, thank you. So they can go online, create an account like any other website, and they would schedule their test and pay for it all online with a credit card. What they would do too is they don't have to take, one thing that we hear a lot is they don't have to take the whole test at once. The test is very long. It's over 7 hours to take the entire test. Yeah, so you're basically taking 4 years of high school and you're jamming it into these 7 hours. So it's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
So you'd want to just take maybe 1 or 2 tests at a time. Again, they sign up, they schedule it online. Whatever testing site is available for that day, that's when they could take it.
Is there like an age requirement for the test?
So,
I actually, if you're under the age of 18, then you have to be approved to have an age waiver essentially, because otherwise you have to be 18, which is actually kind of the same way for our classes. You would, if you were going to be attending our classes, we require a letter from the school saying that you have officially dropped out of school. So on the appropriate letterhead from the school. But then for the age waiver, you actually have to submit that, but you have to have a letter from either an employer or a military recruiter, just saying that you would need that. Even though you're under the age of 18, you still need it.
Yeah. Would you need parent permission or?
No, actually, the only thing when you are, let's say you're under 18, you submit that application, you have your letter confirming that someone needs you, whether it's an employer saying that, hey, this person can work full-time or work for me if they have their high school equivalency diploma. That is how you basically can get approved to take it before you're 18. Once you're 18, you can take it at any time.
Yeah.
There is no requirement needed. You can just simply sign up, and as long as you're willing to pay, you can take it.
Take it, yeah. Right.
And then actually, while we're talking about that, in the Armstrong County, the HISET, the GED is pretty much available every day, but the HISET is available to test on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. All right. So how do students receive their diploma after they pass their test?
Once a student has taken the test and successfully passed it, they're able to sign up for what is called a diploma sender account, and it is a website, diplomasender.com. And what they do is they go online, create the account, and their scores, normally it takes about a week to get their scores through that system, and it'll see, you'll be able to order a promotional copy of your diploma and your transcript. And once you've done that, if you need a copy or if you would need one sent to a school or employer, you would have to pay for it, but your first initial copy is free. So they would just simply sign up and order it.
All right. Are there any opportunities for the community to get involved in these programs?
So not only, of course, are we providing these services for the community, but we're always looking for help. Our students are always in need of tutoring or classroom aids, and those are some options available for anyone in the Armstrong or Indiana County communities if they'd be interested to work with us and work with our students to help just better their skills or increase their skills, whether it's GED, HISET, or English as a second language.
Yeah, absolutely. And we we're all the time recruiting for volunteers in both Indiana and Armstrong. So if per se you really like math and you would really like to help somebody in math, that's perfect. And then you can either have a one-on-one kind of tutoring or even a small group kind of setting. just kind of to help out our students. Our students really enjoy having that small
Yeah.
kind of interaction.
Is there any like requirements for the people who are coming in as tutors?
Well, they will have to get all their clearances.
Mhm.
So they would have to get all their clearances approved and everything like that. And then
So for a tutor, someone has to have, it depends on what kind of tutor you want to be. If you would like to be just a classroom aide, you don't necessarily have to have a bachelor's degree, but if you want to work one-on-one with students at a public location, it doesn't have to be necessarily at the Career Link. It could be a library or just a public location. You have to have a bachelor's degree at minimum. But we can always work around that. And also, if someone is working towards their bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
we would definitely accept someone. I can tell you that we are in desperate need for tutors in Armstrong County. It's really difficult to try to find people. We're reaching out, we're looking for people, and our students really could use that extra help. I mean, we only have classes in Armstrong 2 days a week at the Career Link and then 2 days a week at ACCL, but sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes work happens and other things happen. They can't make it to classes, but they still want to come, they want to work with someone, because distance learning isn't always the best option. Sometimes you need that one-on-one or small group interaction with people, because I don't know about you, but math is not my favorite topic.
Yeah, me neither.
So I have a really hard time with it. Mackenzie becomes easy to her, but for me, I have to bounce it off someone. So that's why. And of course, if someone is not a math person, which definitely happens, whether it's reading or writing skills or just working on basic soft skills, trying to help someone get back in the work world if they haven't been in it, or helping to prepare them for that. That's something that we do, and tutors always help us with that.
And the tutoring doesn't even have to be during those same times, during the classroom times. Like she was saying, you can meet outside in a library or anything like that.
Yeah,
But it
anytime.
wouldn't be those. It wouldn't necessarily be that particular time. Like if you can't make from 9 until
11:30.
9 to 11:30. When's your last? 9 to 11:30. Then you could do it even in the afternoon.
Okay. Is there a age requirement for the teachers, or?
For the only age requirement that our program would be the 18 years old.
18.
But even then, we don't like anyone to drop out of school. So 16 and 17, we don't want to see you, but we will accept you. But there are certain things, again, that go with that. For tutoring, there is no age requirement. 18, I think, is the minimum. And again, you have to be working either towards a bachelor's degree, or if you want to come in and just do program improvement, work with us, work with the instructor in the classroom. That's another option as well. It's a great opportunity, and it gives a lot of people experience that they might not have had. If someone's wants to be, going into teaching or into an English education, something like that, then it just gives you that experience. And honestly, sometimes that experience will help you get the job. I know for me, when I was doing my undergrad, I did some tutoring, which led me to multiple different teaching jobs. But this job I was doing part-time, and really they gave me the job because I had tutoring experience. So if that's something that someone's looking to go into, then it's definitely an opportunity that you'd want to take advantage of.
So is there anything else that ARIN offers?
Well, ARIN itself offers a lot of different things, from fingerprinting to speech therapy, lots of different after-school programs. There are preschools that we support, and ARIN offers a lot, and I would definitely recommend anyone visit our website to find out more about the programs that we offer. So if you check out IU28.org, that's the best way to find out. There's way too much for me to talk about because it's just a lot.
Great. So, is there anything else you'd like to add for the benefit of our viewers?
Well, we certainly kind of want to expand on if you're in a situation that you have for any reason whatsoever, if you've dropped out of school, and we've seen so many different reasons. So please don't feel any shame whatsoever, because there are so many different reasons. There are so many different options, but for us, we want to help you. We certainly want to help you. We want to help you get on the right track, whether you want to go to school, whether you want to go to a trade school, whether you want to just get a job. We're here to help you. We want to expand on your skills, and we will really work with you so that you can get to, we want you to get to that final point where you can
get your job. Or,
you've gotten your diploma. Even if it's years after, it really doesn't matter. We will really help you get there.
How long does it typically take someone?
That's actually individually based, to be honest, because whenever we do our orientation, we give them a pre-test, which is essentially a placement test. So we can see if somebody's really, really strong in reading, but not necessarily strong in math, then they might be ready to go, like maybe take a couple classes, just kind of refresh a little bit, but then go ahead and take the reading test. And like Lauren was saying, you don't have to take the tests all at the same time. So if you're ready to take the reading test, you can, if we kind of agree with you that, yeah, sure, go for it, then you can get that test out of the way, and then you only have to focus on the remaining 4, the remaining 3, whichever test you take. But that's for all different people. We've had people that have been in for over a year. We've had people that have been in for just a couple months. It's really, it depends a lot on what grade you dropped out of, or like what kind of classes you've had before you dropped out of school. But also, it could also just be the independent study that you've done before coming to our class.
I can tell you too that the average, according to GED and HISET, it's roughly 6 months to a year to pass the test. Okay. Again, it depends on where you're at with your skills. If someone comes in and they're low, then it's going to take a little bit longer. And it's also about how much effort a student is putting into the class and the materials. Because if you just show up to class and you do the best and that's it, then you're not going to get very far. Of course, in traditional school, you have homework, you have things that you have to work on. So that you have to force yourself, and that's what makes getting this difficult to a certain extent. So that's why we discourage kids from dropping out of school. This is not easy. It's not just take a test and that's it. This is really, you have to put in the time and effort. And so with that said, again, it depends on each individual and each person, depending on how much schooling they've had and how long they've been out of school. I think that sometimes people wonder, like, who's in our classes, you know, what kind of people, what kind of students do we have? And we really have everyone from 18 and younger, 16, 17, to people in their 60s who just want to take the test, something they're not even working, they don't want to get a job, but it's just something that they've always wanted to do, finally graduate, which is really nice because we have a really nice graduation ceremony every year for our students who've passed the test. We have one in Armstrong, we have one in Indiana, where they do the caps and gowns and everything. We invite family. And that's also something that people don't know about our programs, is that we offer that. And actually, in partnership with IUP students come over, some of the media students come over and take photographs. We give a nice headshot to our students as something, just as a token of our appreciation for them passing the test and showing that they can do this. So it's just something, a little added extra that we are able to do for our students.
And then when Lauren was talking about partnerships, we do have partnerships with Career Track in both Indiana and Armstrong counties, and then Armstrong County with Community Action as well. So actually in Indiana we have a class that is specifically in the afternoon, and it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it's specifically for the students in Career Track. So Career Track kind of helps them get a job, so they're able to have an income as well, and then they can attend our classes whether they need to increase their skills or if they need their diploma. And then for Community Action, if they're in need of their diploma, they also come to the Armstrong location. So we do have a couple partnerships that kind of expand our base a bit, but also kind of lets those programs be available to a wider range of students.
All right. Well, that's our show for today. A special thanks to our guests Mackenzie Moore and Lauren Fiechik of the ARIN Intermediate Unit 28, located in Indiana, PA. Thanks also go out to Armstrong Senior High School TV production students, led by their teacher, Mr. Josh Miklos. They were our film crew for today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. DVD copies of this and all Education Day programming can be requested by contacting Chris Garitano, Multimedia Technician at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. For more information about the district, visit our website and have a great week.